Well, welcome back, everybody. We are here now, episode 1, after a tremendously successful pilot episode through all the technology issues, all the delays, all the banter. But thank you all out there who gave us so many glowing text messages, phone calls, DMs, all that stuff, emails of support, inquiries, and all kinds of good stuff out there. Fellows, I was pleasantly surprised to see everyone coming back and again showing the love out there. So kudos to you guys. Thank you so much, Chunk and Mooch, for making time each week. Actually making so much time this week because we tried to film these episodes on a schedule, but they take forever. Everyone, just so you know that I am herding cats here. So
and being the boomers that we are, I think we finally got the audio situated. So,
well, I'm hoping so, and I can tell you right now
that's a hot beat though. That song, wherever that came from. I mean, feel free to comment on that beat.
Self-plug right there.
Self-plug. Yes, Mooch, you did come through with a tremendously awesome theme song for us. Couldn't be more excited. I can't wait to find it on iTunes somewhere from someone else. So, but thank you so much for doing that.
Feel free to steal it. Anybody.
So each week, once again, before we even get to dive into that, we apologize for not coming out earlier. It does take us a while to kind of make these edits and actually trying to get together. I can tell you right now, we tried to film Thursday. We waited an hour and a half for Mooch to buy a new computer minutes before the show.
He pulled Mariah Carey on us.
Yes, he did, no doubt about it. And then just...
that was my Mariah Carey impression there.
And then just moments ago, we were in the middle of the segment, and then Chunk's entire internet went out. So
that's what happens when you live in sticks, man.
I can tell. What is behind you right now, Chunk, by the way? Audience members want to know.
This is my dog.
Is it a butcher shop? It looks like there's some meat back there.
The dog gets the couch, I get the floor. That's how it goes here. So
I'm about to say,
he's taking a little nap right now.
Man, it's good to see that you guys sleep foot to head to foot.
This is my boy Clyde. I rehomed him last September.
Nice.
So
I can't wait to dive into that later on in the season too.
Yeah, that'll be good
tell
stuff.
The tales of what you do on your volunteer time. But every time we get together, we try to talk about what has happened to in our worlds in the last week. And Matt, what's going on with you? Or I'm sorry, Mooch, what's going on with you? What has caught your eye this past week?
I'll tell you, a big thing caught my eye this past week, and it was something that really brought out the American dream to me. I felt like, oh, this represents the resilience and real courage and creativity, the best of us, So there is a Jackass Forever movie coming out with most of the same characters. And if you're not familiar with Jackass, well, man, you really should be, because these guys are brilliant. And watching this, I couldn't believe that many of them were still alive and coherent. But I was more blown away that they've aged better than us. Steve-O...
Speak for yourself.
Steve-O looks healthier than all three of us, man, and I'm pretty sure he didn't always make the best life decisions, so I'm wondering how that works. It looks fantastic.
Well, prior to the show, I did look it up. I looked up their ages. How old do you think
they're older than us, correct?
I want to see the guessing game. How old do you think Steve-O is? Chunk, what do you think?
Late 40s.
Yeah, they're probably 48, 49, I would think, somewhere around there.
So Steve-O, according to Google, is 47. Now what do you about Johnny Knoxville?
I think he's
a little bit older.
50.
Dude, look at Chunk winning the Jeopardy today.
Yeah.
Dude, he's got totally white hair now, but looks exactly the same.
Is he fit?
Yeah, I mean, those dudes are I don't know, whatever diet they're on. Maybe we should we should take a look at it. But they
They
look
know
really
the
good.
secret.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I glimpsed at the trailer just moments ago. Definitely something I do want to watch. I was a fan of all three of them. Not so much going into it, but once you watch it, you do appreciate the fineness behind it. But it looks like there's a lot of good co-stars in the one coming up. But yeah, they are an entity that is.
I had seen Steve-O on TV before, in recent times, and apparently he was hawking he makes this hot sauce that's really good. And they had him on this, one of the top chef cooking shows, whatever. And he was, selling his hot sauce, and the guy was real impressed with it, the chef. And they're going back and forth. And then all of a sudden, Steve-O starts shooting the hot sauce at his eyeball. And it looked really painful, and he looked like he might have regretted doing it, but I don't know. There's beauty in that to me.
Well, I'm
That's
loving
all.
it. Listen, everyone needs to chill with the manners. All of a sudden, we have no problem. We're on the phone with each other, talking over each other, interrupting each other. When we get on the podcast, you guys want to take turns.
Rick, shut up, dude!
Cut me off. Exactly. Get
All
after
right.
it. Chunk, are you frozen
right,
again? Are you frozen again, Chunk? Seriously?
No, I'm here.
Come on, let's get to the next segment.
No,
There,
I'm
dude.
giving you the floor.
Boring.
Oh, dude, stop giving me the floor because honestly, I want to know what's going on with you. I want to follow up on the COVID vaccine. I want to know what's going on with you.
So do I.
So I did get my first dose, and I had no side effects. Thank you.
Sean,
Apparently,
when I got a
it
shower,
rendered
my
your face
arm was a little sore
frozen.
when I washed that over. But
Chunk, you need to stop talking. I want to know who your internet provider is. I want to give them a big shout out. Who provides your internet?
that would be
Chunk.
Comcast.
Max Head. He's
Comcast.
doing Max Headroom
Oh, of course we had technical difficulty. Once again, the internet. Who is your provider, Chunk? Who is your internet provider?
Hey, it's Comcast, man.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that who
Seriously,
everyone
we
uses?
got to cancel that. They're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. Comcast internet,
like-
if you hear me right now, you're terrible. Where do you live again, Chunk? What town is that called?
It's called Marysville.
Marysville, Pennsylvania deserves better internet. I'm calling it out right now.
Not many options
So-
up here.
That's the only current event I have is calling out Comcast and saying that their internet sucks at Marysville, Pennsylvania. But everyone, I mean, I'm really excited to hear more follow-up about what happened to you this week, Chunk, since your shot. Did you get sick? Are you feeling pain?
No,
Your arm hurt?
Yeah, I had a little mild tenderness in my arm. That was it. And that was basically only when I got a shower, I could feel it. But other than that, I didn't have any side effects. Everything went pretty good.
Wow. I mean, nothing. No fever, no chills.
No, I mean, it was my first dose. So I guess the first one, they say, isn't too bad, your symptoms. So I don't know. Maybe the second will be a little different, but.
Which one did you get again?
Yeah, so I switched to the Pfizer. They kind of sold me on that one. Apparently, it's better against the new Delta variant that's out right now. So, and the turnaround time was only 3 weeks. So I'm like, sure, give me that one.
The second one of the Pfizer made me sick. I felt pretty bad. The
That's
first
what I'm
one,
hearing.
the first one was fine, but I made my tongue bleed. Yeah,
I saw
and
photos
couldn't-
of that.
Yeah, and I couldn't feel it, but I had a bloody tongue. It's I don't know if I want to
You're
talk
almost
about that
vaccinated. But you're almost vaccinated. I mean,
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
considered
I'm
vaccinated
halfway
after
there.
one dose? But I do have a question. So I had the Johnson & Johnson. I had a one-shot situation. But are you considered I did not research this because I didn't really care, but now I do. What does that mean if you get one shot? Are you able to do things without a mask?
As far as I know, no. I think you still have to wear a mask as if you're not vaccinated at all until you have that second dose.
Gotcha.
Well, we're proud of you, buddy, and for all our viewers, don't be afraid to take a shot. And that goes for Ben Simmons, too.
Oh. Nice one, Mitch.
Okay.
Thank you. I mean, that was actually really good. And for everyone behind us in the audience, thank you for clapping. So we always segment into, we're breaking up our episodes into certain segments, and we have an exciting series coming up, which is called Tales from a Grommet, and we will be with you in a moment after these messages to talk about Tales from a Grommet.
So my story starts here in the...
Oh my goodness. Can you wait for me to moderate? Jeez, dude.
Go ahead, do your sound effects.
I mean, nope. I'm going to keep this in. We're leaving it in. I'm not cutting this out. This is what I deal with, people. This is what I deal with. This is what I do.
Okay, so in the shadows of 3 Mile Island, the nuclear power plant that came this close to ending the East Coast, there lies a little bar. It's a comfortable bar. You can be yourself there. So anyway, what?
Like a Cheers.
I don't remember. But anyway, I'm not gonna. The star of the story, his name's not coming out either. But
no.
One of our hometown heroes, guy that we went to school with, very funny guy, very interesting guy, very animated guy. We go in there around lunchtime on a Sunday, and all the TVs are set up for football, and he's already fired up. So he's sitting at the bar, and he's on the phone, and we hear him, and he's like, "I want $100 on the home teams." And what? No. I want $100 on every home team to cover the spread at the end. So he got his bet in. He was going to have a good day. So just before kickoff, around 1 o'clock, he orders his drink. He wants his, I guess he was like Chivas on the rocks or something. And they said, we're out. We don't have any.
So this is a Sunday?
This is a Sunday, yeah. Pennsylvania Sundays. Sunday fun day, yeah. So he's irate that they don't have his drink, because he's a good customer. I mean, I think we all know who I'm talking about. He's a good customer. He stormed out of there. 10 minutes later, he shows up, and he's got a brown paper bag in his hand. He pulls out a bottle of Chivas, gives it to the bartender, and he's like, "I want a double Chivas on the rocks now." And then he pays her for it and continued to pay.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
And then he bought all his drinks from the bottle that he purchased for the bar because they weren't meeting. It was a very interesting thing. And I do know that he won almost every one of those bets. Fire!
The craziest thing is that I had the same experience, probably with the same person, but mine was like on a Tuesday. This is a scary trend.
That was Tuesday night football, huh?
Yeah. I think it was actually a 9-3 football game that day.
All right. Moving right along. There's no context for these stories.
Tales from a Grommet. We'll be back in moments.
There you have it.
Oh, this is one of my favorite segments that we came up with. It's called Letters to Chunk. And Letters to Chunk is for you all young heads out there, from the old heads, is that we actually had letters, handwritten notes left in odd places. But the funny thing is we usually throw them away. But for some reason, our co-star here, Chunk, has kept almost every letter that has been written to him. So we are really excited to dive into his shoebox of memories and hear what's going on. So we are going to start a new segment called Letters to Chunk. And here
kids,
we go. Here's our first letter.
A letter is like if you print out an email and then give it to somebody, that's a letter. We don't want anything lost in translation,
Nope. Chunk, go ahead. Whenever you're ready, open up the letter and let's hear it.
All right, so just a little background first. So this was a girl I was seeing a few years ago, and it was kind of a friends with benefits situation that kind of went awry. So at the end, this is what I got from her.
Oh, boy.
And further, I just have to say that you truly tried it and played it yourself. I actually can't believe I let your nut ass disrespect me for so long, but that's what I get for trying to be a good person to a lame ass bitch. I should have known something was up when a crackhead didn't even want your lame ass. I guess you wanted to bring me down with your weak ass jabs to your extremely low level. Wow, what a loser. I hope that built your self-esteem up for a while, you lame ass. I hate that I ever met you. You disgust me. You are literally lower than the scum of the earth.
I don't see anything controversial about what she said. I mean, is there anything
fire?
Yeah, she was bringing it.
Coming for your
she
head.
was bringing it with that.
Dude,
she wasn't holding back any punches.
So why are we starting with Chunk's best relationship, though? I mean, where are we going to go from here?
Right. Yeah, we should have saved that one.
Oh my
But
goodness.
it's actually not as bad. I'm not as bad as that letter actually makes me sound.
You're
You
not a
probably
vicious
are, but
person,
more
dude.
importantly, what was your reaction to that? Like, how did you receive that? Like, what goes on? Like, is there any follow up to that?
I just laughed. I actually thought it was funny when I first read it. So I had received some messages earlier in the day leading up to that, and then that was like the final straw. That one there.
There has been no contact since.
Well, I laughed.
By contact, he needs a restraining order.
Yeah, and I was just kind of like, ha ha ha, okay. And then I waited a little bit, and I sent another message, and I was just like, look, like, I just think this is a toxic relationship we have here, and we should probably go our separate ways.
Went out on a limb there, buddy.
So, and then there was nothing. And then I think it was a while later, maybe a year or so. I don't know. She texted me and asked I think she just said like my name. And then she asked if she was like blocked on this, if her number was blocked. And I just didn't respond. So
What's her
I
number?
didn't block
Obviously,
her.
her number
but-
wasn't blocked. Yeah.
Right, but I saw it, but I just didn't respond, so she doesn't know if I did really block her or not.
So basically, if
You
she
know how to
texts you
block her
tonight,
phone
you
call?
would text her back.
No, I've learned my lesson.
Wow.
I think
Yeah.
I think she was in love with you, man. Like, you don't get that angry about somebody that you don't really care about, you know?
Right, and she did tell me that, so it was like
she told you she was in love with you.
Yeah, like months before
I never heard that.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Yeah,
That's breaking news. I mean, that deserves a.
So it had stopped months before that, like when she had caught feelings throughout this. So that's when I kind of like put a stop to it because, you know, I wasn't sharing the same feelings as her.
The same passion.
Right. So then it stopped for a while, and we were just kind of like friends, talk here and there, and kind of just led back up to some other stuff. And
Well, at least you tried to communicate that correctly with her, like saying, you know, hey, I'm not feeling the same vibe here.
Right, and that's what I like explained to her, like, because I've been on the hook before, you know what I mean? Like where I was thinking the other person might change their mind or whatever. So I didn't want to put her through that, you know?
Oh, such a nice guy.
Yeah, I know,
Gentleman.
right? Right. So, and I get such a nasty letter like that. But
She referred to some jabs that you threw, though, so I feel like you're maybe leaving something out here.
well,
There's no doubt.
yeah. I mean, I wasn't like making fun of her and stuff. I kind of treat her like a friend, though. Like I would make jokes with her and stuff.
So it was all passive aggressive, is what you're saying.
No, just like all in fun, like, and she would like make jokes about me, you know, call
She
me
sounded
like
like she was
Ug
having
Mug
fun,
and
right?
stuff.
She calls you what?
Ug Mug. You know what that is? Ug Mug.
No.
It's like you got
An
an
ugly
ugly
mug.
mug. Yeah,
Oh, I don't know what Chivas or Ugmug is.
yeah. Now you're learning today, bud.
I
If you drink
know.
enough Chivas, you'll have an ugly.
That's for sure.
Hence, 1, 2, 3.
Well, that was powerful, though. That was a powerful note. I'm so glad we were able to get the audio on that.
Yeah, and I'd like to thank my friend for giving the vocals on that, Nikki. She did a job well done.
Oh, nice. Well, Nikki, if you're out there, thanks for doing that. Thanks for contributing to the show. And we're going to be back with the questions of the week. All right, everybody, it's time for question of the week. This is where you get a chance, and we get a chance to learn more about each other with an oddball question. This week's question is coming from me, LA, to the fellas. All right, guys. What song or artist in your playlist right now that you rock out to that you probably wouldn't blare when you pull up to a red light in your car or let anyone else know? And you got to be straight up with everybody. Transparency. I'm going to go to you, Mooch. Who do you have in your playlist right now that you're not sure if you're going to rock it out like that?
Well, first of
public
all,
view.
I will rock it. I will rock it out because you know there's no shame in my game or my music
Hence
game.
the green headphones.
But yeah. But I will say that most people would be surprised to know, like, I listen to Bobby Brown a lot because,
Like Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown?
first of all, you
was it- who
haven't
was
heard. You mean Bobby Brown, who was with Whitney Houston? Okay, he's a phenomenal artist and performer.
Gosh, what
And
did he
it's-
sing?
Well, the song that I love, that I always listen to, it's called "On Our Own." It was on the Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack, and the song is great. And I'm sure he didn't write it, but like he doesn't really sing the lyrics they write for him. You can tell he like kind of just he's Bobby Brown. He's like a true rock star. But this song also has a rap at the beginning and the end, where he raps about the Ghostbusters. Like,
Dude, I am looking this up right now.
too hot to
I
handle,
think I
too
remember
cold to
that
hold.
song.
They're called the Ghostbusters, and they're in control. And it still sounded cool, man. How cool do you have to be to rap about the Ghostbusters in a Ghostbusters song, and it's still hot?
Oh my gosh. The first
But it's a great-
sentence
it's a
of the
great
lyric
song.
says, you want something done, you got to do it yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's a motivational song. We got to make it on our own.
There it is. Too hot to handle,
Guess-
too cold to hold. They're called the Ghostbusters and they're in control. Dang, Nat.
And if you
Good
watch the
call, Bobby
video,
Brown.
now we're just going to get into it, man. If you watch the video, and it is a great song. I mean, the Ghostbusters
Oh, there's a
rap.
video?
Whatever. Oh, the video. I only know this because I watched the backstory on New Edition, the bio thing. I think it was on BET. It's incredible. And Bobby Brown is like Axl Rose. He's all those dudes, man. So he didn't make the flight to the video shoot when they booked like New York City Times Square. So on the video, he's just on a billboard singing because he wasn't there because he's doing Bobby Brown stuff the night before, which
Well,
you don't know what it is, and you're not built for it. Just like me, and just like John. But in the video is featured, and I couldn't make this up. Rakim's in the video. You know, Eric B. and Rakim. Donald Trump's in the video. The old Trumpers in there, pre-politics, and like Jodie Foster, like all that, just weirdness, man. But it's a great song, and the "Don't Be Cruel" album, every song, man, it's like one of those. It's like the Illmatic of R&B.
Well, for all the listeners out there, I'm going
I couldn't
to
say that straight face, but go ahead.
Yes, seriously. But for all the listeners out there, I'm going to put a link to the videos on our Twitter and Instagram for everyone to see what we're talking about here, because I, myself, can't wait to, after the show, look at this. I actually saw that it's him in Times Square. I said that's like the cover photo of the video.
Yeah.
What do you have, Chunk?
I actually have two, but I'm not ashamed, but I probably should be that these are part of my hit list. But one is "Party in the USA" by Miley Cyrus. That's an older one. And another
song.
What's that? You like that song?
I have fond memories of that song.
Yeah, it's a good tune, right? And then "Piece of Me" by Britney Spears, which is an older one.
Oh man, that's a whole other conversation.
I don't have all the background on these songs like Mooch does, but
Mooch
they're
knows
just like
all.
my guilty pleasure songs.
Wait, wasn't Piece of Me like the second album?
I'm more of a Wrecking Ball guy myself, but you know.
Piece of Me was like right after the whole Federline stuff, I think, went down.
I don't know what the Federline stuff is.
What is the
like right
Federline
after
stuff?
like she married him and got divorced and then went crazy. I think it was like right around like that time.
Oh, you mean like the dancer guy?
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
like
remember she married him and had like 2 kids to him?
Oh my!
Oh, you guys forgot who Kevin Federline was?
No, now you remind me, but
Yeah. But Piece of Me is
Three
a
of
good,
us will
it's a good
never
track.
have a career that matches Kevin Federline, though.
Oh, no.
oh no!
But hey,
Absolutely not.
Kev, if you're not busy, you know, we do have guest spots on this podcast.
Yeah, let's get him on.
Speaking of that, he's got to wait in line though. We got you know we'll get into that in a minute. However,
So we're not going to do the whole Britney Spears conservatorship. I mean, the big news story.
and that's been played out, man. We can't do anything with that.
Yeah,
Nothing to talk about.
I mean,
that. But with that,
let's just
I am
let's
big
just
in.
say freedom for Britney and everyone else, right?
Right. That whole thing's just crazy to me. I know, Rich, we're not going to talk about it, but just, I don't know. It's pretty crazy.
Freedom
to me.
for Britney. I mean, let's go.
Yeah. Set her free.
Give her
Baby,
Yeah.
hit me one more time, baby. Isn't that how
Yeah.
it goes? Hit me, baby, one more time.
I'm not sure if he's in the same category as Britney, but I think he might be. I guess he would be the genre-wise, but he's not Bobby Brown-esque. But, dude, Justin Bieber is like, I can rock out the Justin Bieber in anything, really. He does well for me, man, in terms of, like, I don't know. He comes on, just like the whole mood changes.
There was
I
he
know
had a
that,
big song a couple years ago. It was like a slow one. I can't remember what it's called. It was pretty good, though.
I don't know any song titles or any
Wasn't it like
videos
FU or
any...
something like that?
I don't know about that one.
I don't know. I can't remember it.
Him and
We'll find
Timberlake
it.
both are had the same effect in regards. Like, mad respect to both of them. So that's my
Timberlake-
guilty pleasure.
Timberlake's a good actor.
What was he in?
He was in,
I just saw a new movie he's in where he got out of jail and I don't know, he like kind of takes his kid under his wing and of course I don't know the name of it, but it was good. And yeah, Timberlake, I'm pro Timberlake. I don't know if I can go Bieber, but I'll go Timberlake, you know. Timberlake was in the Southland Tales. Do you know this movie? It's
No.
the dude that did
Tales.
that did Donnie Darko decided to cash in all his chips and like end his career with this crazy movie. And Timberlake plays like an Iraq vet. And all I can say, and this has to be linked, is you have to see Timberlake lip syncing to the Killers song, All These Things I've Done. I got soul, but I'm not a soldier. We're going to edit that out.
Bro.
Never.
Yeah, that's staying.
That is
There's
definitely
another
staying.
song I like, I guess.
Matt's little rages on like that. It reminds me of every Sunday in Baltimore at like 11 in the morning when Matt wakes up and just starts talking a million miles per hour eating oysters and just going with the most obscure knowledge that anyone would never know. Only Mooch knows.
If it's something you can know, and I would never profit financially from it, then I know it. And by the way, Bieber has had a tough time with Lyme disease, if you didn't know.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and he was people were like crushing him on like the Twitters and that, and like he finally came out and was like, look, man, I'm really sick. He's a really sick guy. I hate to break it to you as a big fan, but yeah.
All right, Debbie Downer.
Yeah. Jeez.
But he beat it. He beat it. And
Oh, that's good.
Doing good.
So there's
now.
a happy ending.
Wait, you can beat Lyme disease?
Yeah, I thought that's like lifelong. Don't you have that like for life?
We're anti Lyme disease on this show. That's all. I don't know. I mean, I can't have too many opinions on everything, you know.
We'll give you an air horn for anti-Lyme disease and free Britney.
So, but I'm not a soldier. Okay,
No, but much love to all those people who continue to ask questions or throw their input in there or text us randomly throughout. We really appreciate it. Once again, you can find us on Instagram at TMI_talk and or Twitter, which is TalkTMI. But the best way to get your questions in, if you don't want it to DM into us, is to email us at tmitalk717@gmail.com. Yes, we did lose our biggest sponsor from our pilot episode, Man Brawl. Matt is now not wearing it today, so we're in kind of mourning with that. But yeah, so that's kind of where we are with things. We appreciate it. We will try. I'm not going to do any more guarantees because, once again, dealing with Chunk's internet, Comcast, by the way, you stink. You're the worst internet provider in Marysville, Pennsylvania. And then lastly, Mooch. It depends on what
we're
day
highly
it is,
unreliable. We're highly unreliable people. I get that, you know, and that's part of our charm, you know.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, fellas. I'm excited. So keep them coming. We'll do some outtakes after this. We're gonna keep riffing a little bit, but for you guys out there, thank you once again for chiming in. But we're out of here.